Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of the Black Quant Edge VTF here, T3 Live, and as fun as the greatest story ever sold video is, and important as it is, let's slow it down a little bit here, and for a little introduction, there are three universal scenarios, period. Let's take a look, shall we? If we go to the Daily Spy, there's only three things that can possibly happen from bar to bar, and that's why we want to look at that, and then we can break down to multiple time frames and see what's going on. So what are the only three possible things that can happen from one bar to the next? First, scenario one, inside bar. Doesn't take out the highs or the lows of the previous bar. Thus, we can call that consolidation, right? Because it couldn't take out either side. Now, it might be green, might be trying to go up, but it has not done that, right? So that's scenario one. Scenario two, the next bar takes out one side of the range by going up here, right? One side of the range. That's a scenario two, right? That's how we can define something at least attempting to trend, all right? Scenario two. Scenario three, outside bar, takes out both sides of the previous bar's range. Right? That's the only three things that could possibly happen, right? So once we understand that, all we have to do is put everything together to understand what's going on, right? And the important thing about a three is you can't go three without going two first, right? You go two first, and once you drop it back in, you're still a two until you take the three, until you go outside. But by using time frame continuity, you can be a challenge too, where this is still a two to the upside, but once it starts going red, it's potential three. So, in a strong trend, all you're going to have is 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Let's take a look at Dollar Tree on the monthly. All right. Here you're going to see 1 inside, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Right? So in a strong trend, that's all you're going to see. Now, we want to start to use some of the combinations. We go to the weekly of the potential things that can happen. All right. Here, two up. There's 1, 2. All right. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Right in a strong trend. All this kind of, so the 1, 2 is the consolidation and then the continuation of the trend. Then what you can have is the 2 up. All right. The 2 down. This was 2 down, but then became challenged as it gets back in there. So it's either going to keep going 2, 2 back down. But when it doesn't, this is a 2, 2, 2 continuation pattern. So it took out the highs, but then took out the recent lows, and then went back into the trend. 2, 2, 2 continuation with momentum hammer. So if we go back to the SPY daily, you're going to see this. All right. So here, this was a 1, 2 down, right? Inside day to the downside, that's 1, 2, 2. Now, this was a Tuesday, and people are like, it's a turnaround Tuesday. I'm like, no, it's not. It's a 2 to the downside because it didn't take this side out. That's still a 2 down. Now, because it's green, it's challenging in potential 3, but it doesn't make it. Then potential the 2, 2 reversal back up if this stayed up into here, right, to try and go up and to take out that, but it fails and comes back down. So this is a 2 down, this is a 2 up, and this is the 2, 2, 2 continuation on the daily of the original move. 2, 2, 2 back down. Now for the 2, 2 reversal off the lows, 2 down, 2 down, 2 back up. That's the 2, 2, 2 reversal back up. So then back to here for continuation patterns of the 1, 2, the 2, 1, 2. This is a 2 in the direction of down, then 1. So it goes 2, 1, 2. If we go to something like ESRX daily, you'll see this. The 2 up. This is actually a 2 up. 1, 2. All right, so this is actually a reversal because this is actually 2 up, 2, 1, 2, and then all the way back down. If we go back to the SPY, then if we just walk through everything, just in what do we see, right? And this is just on one time frame, remember, and we'll get to that. So here was your 1, your 2, 1, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, continuation, all right? 2, 2 up, 2 down, 3. So once a 3 gets involved, all right, some people can say that would be a reversal like up in here, but basically because you've taken out both sides of the range, that shows me that that's a new battle zone, right? Because they're willing to pay up and they're willing to sell down. So the question is, how aggressive are they going to be getting out of there? This went 2 down slightly but didn't fall apart. So when it comes back up, now it's 3, 2, 2 back up, 2, attempts 2, goes 3. Now that's a new battle zone. So it appears to be a reversal because it goes here and goes 3, 2, 2 like that. But really it's the same thing. So it's a new battleground. So if you go back out here on the SPY, you'll see this. This was an outside day where everybody's like, it's the reversal day. Is it? It's a 3. And what that means is they were willing to pay up above the previous range and sell below. So the next one we want to know about, right? Because these guys were looking for it to go short. It didn't. It went 3, 2 up, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And then here you can see the 2, 2 down, 2 back up continuation. So when you're looking at things, one of the things you're always going to be asking yourself, what's the next 2? Right? What is the next 2 going to look like? Right? And it's a potential 3 or what have you. Because if you go to something like here, BIIB, once again, a reversal is going to look like one of the ways that things reverse, the 2-2 reversal. Here, 2 up, countered with 2 down. That's a 2-2 reversal. All right? There's only so many things that can happen on these things to go up or down. And so 2-2 reversal looks like that. All right? And so there'll be lots of variations on that. And then you go to the weekly here. And last week it went 1, 3, 2. All right? And so that 3, either side of this thing we want to know about. Another thing that's important to remember is that once you stay inside, once something becomes a 1, until the price gets outside of the bar that the 1 is inside of, any new period reverts back to a 1. And that's why we could have taken this either way, because this 3 is still the parameters of this 2-bar 1. However, we can still look at the guts of it and say that's a 3. That's a 3 within a combination 1, and that's something we want to know about. And then that's why we got this, the 3-2 down. And then we can go to multiple time frames, right? This is just because most people will only look at 1 or 2 time frames at most. And if you look at the weekly here, this was up, 2, 1, 2 reversal, all right? And if we go to the VNQ, so from the Greatest Story video, we knew that this was inside year last year, a 1 on the year. So the REITs right out the chute went 1, 2 down. Are still within that, but we got all year to go after this. 1, 2 down, and this is how we combine the time frames. Then you go back to the VNQ here, monthly, and it opened the year at 3, 2, 2, and gets demolished. Now it's still in a 1 for the month, but then we come in. And knowing what it is as a 1-2 down on the year, we come in on Friday, and it's a 3-2 down shooter, right there, taking care of business on the REITs. If we go back to the 3, once a 3, always a 3 can't not be. All right, once it goes outside, it can't not be a 3, and we want to be very aware of stuff like that because then you can get something like Apple. Because the 3 proves the existence of the broadening formation, right? That we know they exist because outside bars exist, so they have to. And so that's when you want to be careful. You got here the 3 Apple, and it went 3-2 down, but then when it comes back in and goes green, it has the potential to go 3 again, and it did. Now Apple goes up in here, and potential for the 3-3-3 and come down and wail on them. Right, and this is what we want to know about when we start looking at all the other time frames. If you go to the weekly, So tight range outsider in here, right? And here's where it starts to go 3-2 down on the week, right? Or on the month. But if it's going to go back 3, what's it going to look like? The 2, 2, 2 reversal, 2, 2, 1. 2 takes them back to the highs. Now if it's going to reverse back down to the lows, you got the 1, 2, 2 rev strat reversal there, right? Then if we combine that as that kicks in, here's your 3, 2 off the highs, your 1, 2, 1, or 2, I'm sorry, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. The 2, 1, 2 continuation within that 1, 2, 2 rev strat week, which then potentially kicks in the 3-monther and take them all the way back down. And we always want to know where 3s are because we know they're triangles. And we can use that for magnitude. If we go to the SPY 30, you're going to see this. This is an outside 33-2, trying to go back to the upside. But if this goes 3-2 and back 2 the other way, not only is that a 2-2 reversal, but because we know it's a triangle, we're looking to take this out. Here, 3, 2, 2, 2. Takes them out right like that. Once again, combining the time frames. Then you go to the 6, see what was going on there? The classic rev strat. The 1, 2, 2. Rev strat has to be a 1, 2, 2 or a 1, 3. Can't not be. If you look at tech data, here you can see this on the weekly. The 3, 1, 2. So what that means, this battle is on, stabilized, and since they were willing to pay up and sell down, now they stalemate. Boom, there's your consolidation, breakdown, 1, 2, off the 3, 1, 2. So if we go back to SPY, what do we know to be true? We know to be true on the month, still a 1, but a big enough range. A big range here, but it's still a 1. If we go to the weekly, what did we have? We had a 1 inside bar, then a 2 that challenges it and comes back in. Right? So for last week, once we went, this is a 2-2 reversal. 2, 2 reversal so long as that thing stayed below there. All right? So when we take the month, the opening of the month, 271.41, and the weekly here, 274.14. You got the 2-2 reversal and full time frame continuity to the downside. If we go back to the daily, once again, there's the 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 reversal, 2 up but challenge red, 2 down but challenge green, the 2, 2, 2 continuation, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Now, what's important to remember is any time you don't get out of something that's a 1, this reverts to a 1. Could go either way. All right? We can take that either way. However, when we look at the guts of it, it's rev strat. Right? The 1, 2, 2. All right? 1, 2, 2 rev strat, or rev strat can only be a 1, 2, 2 or a 1, 3. All right? Now we take it down. So another thing that you want to be able to do is that software is only going to present things to you that everybody sees the same, right? So how you want to be able to do that is be able to train your mind to think in different time frames than are being presented to you. And this is going to be a real key thing when you're trying to do this stuff. Anytime you have a 2-2 reversal, you're going to revert back to the initial bar before. The reason being is because if this was a 2-week chart, these 2 weeks here, this would be up potential 3 on a 2-week basis. So if this was a 2-week chart, this in here would be a 2, and this would be a 3. And that's how you train your mind to compound these things into a compounded 3 on things that other people aren't going to see. There's no 3 there. That's when people ask me, do you have to have a 3 to have a triangle? No. But you will on a time frame that you can't see. But if you can train your mind to do that, then it will be a 3. It has to be. So this is just a brief introduction, slowing it down a little bit. But once you understand time frame continuity, and 1, 2, and 3 scenarios are the only things that can possibly happen, that's all you need. Do we still adhere to the 3 universal truths by using actionable signals? We do. This just cleans it up and makes it a lot easier to understand. All right, that's a little introduction to the 3 universal scenarios. I'm Rob Smith in the Black Quant Edge VTF here at T3 Live.